This video is brought to you by NordVPN. Start protecting your internet experience today at nordvpn.com/brainfood and use the code BRAINFOOD to get 66% off a 2-year plan. According to the U.S. Treasury, a switch from paper bills to coins would theoretically save billions of dollars over the next few decades due to their inherently more hard-wearing nature. You see, although dollar coins cost significantly more to produce, 18 cents a piece compared to the 4.9 cents it costs to produce a dollar bill, they can remain in circulation for nearly 30 years before wear and tear makes them unusable. This is far longer than the average estimated lifespan of a dollar bill, which is noted as being about 2 to 4 years. With this information in hand, experts have estimated that if a total switch was made over a 30-year period, there would be savings of about $13.8 billion in production costs. However, according to an extensive and thoroughly researched paper released by the Federal Reserve in 2013, switching from bills to coins would provide no real long-term savings to the economy because of the massive costs that such a switch would incur, noting that it would cost hundreds of millions of dollars just to upgrade the necessary infrastructure to keep up with the demand. This is not even taking into account the cost of transportation, which is much higher for coins than it is for the relatively light bills. Perhaps more importantly, the Federal Reserve also noted that since coins are much easier to counterfeit compared to dollar bills, the economy would also have to write off around $500 million per year due to counterfeiting. This was worked out by using figures from the United Kingdom, where it is estimated that approximately 2.8% of all pound coins in circulation are actually fake. This was actually a huge problem in the US for much of its history before coins became relatively marginalized. For comparison's sake, the Federal Reserve believes that only 0.001% of dollar bills in circulation are actually fake. The Federal Reserve worked out that if counterfeiters copied the dollar coin at a comparable rate to counterfeiters in the UK, $540 million would be lost annually. This is on top of the other aforementioned expenses. In short, investing in dollar coins simply wouldn't be worth it when you consider these arguments, or at least that's the conclusion that the study by the Federal Reserve reached. Despite this and the numerous failures over the years to convince Americans to start using dollar coins, the mint was churning out dollar coins like hotcakes for several years relatively recently. So why were they doing this, you might ask? While US dollar coins in some form or another have been around for some time, going all the way back to 1776 with the ultimate dollar coin failure in the continental dollar, things really ramped up because of an idea proposed in 2005 by Senator John E. Sununu. This was called the Presidential Coin Act. The idea behind the Presidential Coin Act was fairly simple on the surface. The mint would produce dollar coins bearing the likenesses of each former president to increase public awareness while encouraging people to actually use dollar coins. The program was partially inspired by a similar program that had involved featuring each of the 50 states on quarters. The difference between the two programs is that people actually used quarters commonly already, not so much the case for dollar coins. In 2007, backed by the aforementioned research that suggested switching to coins could save the economy billions, and after finalizing all the initial designs, production began in earnest and the mint was asked to start manufacturing millions of these dollar coins every quarter. Now, to encourage the public to make use of the coin, the mint also began offering the coins at their face value, and they offered to ship them anywhere in the United States for free. And this was all happening in 2008. Anyone could order 500 of each of the presidential dollar coins and an unlimited amount of Sacagawea coins. And, well, it still failed. By the time the full-scale program was cancelled in 2011, the Federal Reserve had over 1 billion of these coins sitting in their vaults that had simply never been used. And every day that stockpile got bigger as banks returned even more dollar coins to them. While the program was a huge flop, it did lead to a rather interesting loophole that many people took advantage of. You see, in an effort to get these dollar coins out into circulation between 2008 and 2011, the mint would let you buy these coins at face value and ship them to your home for free. Just as importantly, they accepted all forms of payment, including credit cards. Enterprising citizens soon realized that they could use their credit cards to order thousands of these things all at once and then use the coins themselves to pay off the bill. Using this process, they would rack up significant rewards from their credit card plans. In the case of one gentleman called Brad Wilson, he managed to amass a whopping 4 million frequent flyer miles by reportedly buying $3 million worth of the coins over an 8-month period with his credit card. Because Brad used the coins to immediately pay off his bill, this technically didn't cost him anything. This makes him objectively cooler than the subject of a previous video, David Phillips, who managed to acquire a similar amount of air miles by buying 12,000 cups of pudding. Using the same techniques as Brad Wilson, numerous other people were similarly able to earn themselves thousands upon thousands of free miles, allowing them to fly anywhere in the world for free. Others used credit cards that offered cash back on purchases to buy equally ludicrous amounts of the coins before using them to then pay off the bill. As one person who tried to buy this and made a cool $300 in a month would later note, the beautiful part about the whole thing is how insanely low risk it was. The coins were automatically insured for the duration of their delivery. They were pre-packaged by the mint, ensuring that no bank could have a reason to turn them down, and their sheer weight meant that they couldn't easily be stolen in 10 minutes between your house and the bank. Unfortunately for those taking advantage of this, after numerous articles detailing the whole thing emerged, the mint got kind of annoyed. After all, the point of the program and free shipping was to get the coins into circulation, not increase the already ludicrous stockpiles banks had on hand that nobody wanted. As such, the mint imposed a purchase limit of $1,000 every 10 days. They also sent angry letters to the people making the largest orders, some of whom were ordering hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and they asked them to justify why they needed so many coins. In response, many of these people simply asked the mint, well, is it actually illegal? And the mint was forced to admit, well, no, not at all. They did, however, point out that people might be violating the terms of their credit cards. To get around the problem, the mint made it so that when someone bought coins, it was processed as a cash advance, which usually doesn't attract points on a credit card. So while the mint was eventually able to stop people abusing the program, the people who did do it and used it to rake in thousands of dollars worth of free stuff seem to have gotten off completely scot-free. So the next time a deal comes along like this and you whip out the credit card to order millions and millions of coins, remember to do it securely. If you're buying things online and using a public Wi-Fi, think coffee shops, airports, etc., you really should be using a VPN, and that's where NordVPN comes in. I know it's tempting not to bother with this stuff and just go online and use the internet like you do at home when you're out and about, but those stories you hear online about people having their data stolen, they really do happen, and you want to make it as difficult as possible for people to steal your data. For me, whenever I'm browsing on public Wi-Fi, I just keep a VPN on all the time so I don't have to worry about anyone stealing my data, whether that's online banking, PayPal, anything like that. But it's not just about security. You can also use NordVPN to change your country so that you appear to be somewhere else, which means you can access content on websites that might only be available normally in specific geographic locations. NordVPN is super fast, so if you're watching videos, it's a breeze. There's just no lag whatsoever. If you've ever used VPNs and thought they were slow, well, it's not the case with NordVPN. And you can use it on all your devices very, very easily. Android, Chrome, Windows, whatever. And you can use it on 6 different devices at once with just one account. Now, you might be worried, is VPN truly private? Well, with NordVPN, they're actually based in Panama, so unlike EU or US VPNs, they don't have to keep any logs at all, which is great for your privacy. Indeed, they are the only VPN to get a perfect score from PCMag. So start protecting your internet experience today, and as I said at the beginning of this video, you can get 66% off a 2-year plan by using our code BRAINFOOD at nordvpn.com/brainfood, link in the description below. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do give us a like, do subscribe, and thank you for watching.